Today, we'll be flying on one of Southwest Airlines' longest routes in the lower 48 on board a 20-year-old Boeing 737-700. This incredible journey takes us from Dallas, Texas to Ontario, California, and then back to Dallas with stops in 5 different cities along the way. My adventure will take more than 14 hours, testing my limits of endurance and offering a unique perspective on long-haul domestic travel. As I take off on this epic journey, I'll explore the pros and cons of Southwest Airlines and we'll dive into the overall in-flight experience. So buckle up and join me as I take off on this insane travel day across the American skies. It's an early morning start as I drive down the Dallas North Tollway from Frisco, Texas to Dallas Love Field to catch my 8:50 a.m. flight. Surprisingly, the traffic is unusually light, making for a smooth and stress-free drive to the airport. As I drive down the tollway in my Texas-sized truck, it's the perfect time to share a bit about the city I'm leaving behind. The Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, known for its rich history, vibrant culture, and bustling economy, is one of the largest and most influential metro areas in the United States. Home to icons such as the Reunion Tower, the Fort Worth Stockyards, and AT&T Stadium, where the Dallas Cowboys play. The Metroplex, as it's commonly called, is a metro area that blends modern sophistication with a deep-rooted Texas spirit. With our brief overview of the DFW area complete, let's head inside and get ready for our long journey ahead.
So today I'm going to be taking the longest Southwest route for this month, which started in Houston, comes to Dallas. I'm going to hop on in Dallas. We're then going to fly over to Little Rock, stop there. We're then going to go to Denver, stop there, then on to Las Vegas. Then we're going to go to Ontario, California, stop there, get on another flight. I'm going to fly back to Denver and then back to Dallas, getting back at about 11:30 tonight.
Inside Dallas Love Field Airport, the atmosphere is a blend of modern convenience and efficiency. Getting through security was quick and uneventful thanks to TSA Pre. It's always nice when you can breeze through security without any hassles, especially on a long travel day like today. Love Field is a smaller airport, primarily serving Southwest Airlines, but it doesn't lack in amenities. The design is sleek and contemporary, making it a pleasant place to start my trip. As I walk through the terminal, I pass a variety of fast food and quick service options, perfect for grabbing a quick bite before my flight. For those with more time, there are full-service restaurants and bars offering everything from hearty meals to refreshing cocktails. There are 2 Starbucks and a Dunkin' Donuts on the concourse, providing that much-needed caffeine and sugar boost. And convenience stores are stocked with travel essentials and last-minute snacks. It's easy to see why travelers appreciate the modern design and numerous amenities here at Love Field. With everything you need at your fingertips, it's a great place to kick off our marathon journey. Now, with some time to spare, let's grab some breakfast.
Oh my God, 14 hours in the air. I've got my coffee, I've got my snacks, I've got my lunch, I've got my water, I'm ready to go. This is going to be a long day, y'all, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Boarding for my first leg to Little Rock, Arkansas went smoothly. With Group B21, I was able to find a window seat toward the rear of the plane. Settling in, I enjoyed my morning coffee and Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit. With everybody on board, we're ready for takeoff. Next stop, Little Rock, Arkansas. Our journey to Little Rock will take us northeast out of the DFW Metroplex, crossing over Texarkana, Texas, Hot Springs, Arkansas, and into Bill Clinton National Airport.
So we're about to take off. Here in Dallas, headed towards Little Rock. It's about a 45-minute ride. Weather looks pretty cloudy out of Dallas, but shouldn't be that long of a flight.
One of the cool things about Southwest are their point-to-point routes. What this means is I don't have to leave the plane since I'm ticketed all the way to Las Vegas. This keeps things super easy as we get ready for the next part of the trip. With new passengers boarding, I decided to stay in the same window seat with a great view of the wing. The flight attendants do their safety checks and announcements, and before long, we're ready to roll. Our flight to Denver will take us northwest over Tulsa, Oklahoma, Kansas, and into southeastern Colorado, into the Denver International Airport.
So this next segment is about an hour and 42 minutes flying from Little Rock to Denver. I was listening to this conversation that's happening behind me with these ladies, and apparently there's an air base here that employs quite a few people. So a lot of them are here and are flying out. I was really surprised that so many people got on the plane here in Little Rock, Arkansas, but that explains it. Not to mention it's a fairly large metro area when you take into consideration Conway, Arkansas, which has Hendrix College and Central Arkansas University there, and again, Little Rock here. So I guess it makes sense. I don't know how many people typically fly out, but we're in the middle of summer, so that makes a lot of sense.
We're cruising from Little Rock to Denver now, soaking in the view from above. Denver International Airport is pretty unique. It's the largest airport in the U.S. by total land area and has that iconic tent-like roof design to resemble the Rocky Mountains. Denver, Colorado is a fascinating city. Known as the Mile High City because it's exactly 1 mile above sea level, Denver is famous for its outdoor activities, craft breweries, and vibrant cultural scene. The city is also a gateway to some of the best skiing and hiking spots in the country. During our short 30-minute layover in Denver, I stayed on board, enjoying my bag lunch. I also had the pleasure of meeting 2 friendly flight attendants, Cheryl and Kimberly, who happen to be aunt and niece. They shared some great stories and made the layover fun and enjoyable. Now, with new passengers joining us, we're ready to head to Las Vegas. Our flight to Las Vegas takes us west over the Rocky Mountains, eastern Nevada, into the Harry Reid International Airport. For the first time on this trip, I've got someone sitting next to me in the middle seat. It's all good though, because I'll have great views and some cool company.
Picked up a basketball team, a couple of them actually. A bunch of kids got on that are headed to Vegas for the tournaments. I remember those days. I have a son that played AAU. He's 25 now, but back when he was a teenager, we went on a lot of trips, spent a lot of money. So I know exactly what these coaches and parents are going through.
Shout out to the Colorado Titans AAU basketball team traveling to Las Vegas for the annual summer basketball tournament. These young men were very well behaved and respectful, which says a lot about their parents and coaches. The scenery outside is stunning as we fly over the Rocky Mountains. The enormous mountain peaks are incredible to see from above. As we get closer to Vegas, the landscape changes to dry desert. Just before we land, we fly over Lake Mead, which looks way bigger from up here than I ever knew. Las Vegas, Nevada is one of the biggest tourist destinations in the world, famous for its vibrant nightlife, casinos, and world-class entertainment. The Strip is packed with iconic hotels, incredible shows, and endless dining options. It's a place where there's always something happening, no matter what time of day or night.
So I'm here in the rear bathroom, and it's very, very tight. I'm 6'3", and I can barely move. So this is probably the smallest airplane bathroom I've been in on the 700 series. I noticed there's only one in the rear. There's probably one up front. But if you've got to handle your business, you better do it in the airport.
Yeah, so that was an interesting experience. Went to the restroom and it was tiny. And even the flight attendant came out. I came out and she was laughing at me because I had to wedge myself. I had to literally wedge myself out of the bathroom. And she was just like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think so." She said, "You sure?" And I said, "I don't know if I was able to get everything done, but I said I was just able to move in about a 6-inch space." So that was kind of funny. But I got thinking about it and I was like, man, this is going to be a long day, especially if I got to go to the bathroom. So
We're now getting ready to head from Las Vegas to Ontario, California, but I hit a bit of a snag. Turns out I forgot to check in for this leg of the trip. Even though it's the same plane and flight number, Southwest only lets you book up to 2 stopovers without having to get off the plane. So I had to deplane and reboard with a new boarding pass.
So I'm exactly half the way in on my trip, 7 hours since I left this morning from Dallas. We've gone Dallas, Little Rock, Denver, and now we're in Las Vegas. So I've got another 7 hours to go. There's a delay, 20-minute delay to get on the flight to Ontario.
Fortunately, I am in the seaboarding group. Did not get checked in time on that particular leg to get an A or a B. So I'm going to be in the middle seat. So it happens, but fortunately, this is not going to be a significant part of the trip. And then after I get to Ontario, assuming that we get there on time, then I'll be able to get a decent seat back to Denver and then to Dallas tonight. So we're 50% in, 7 hours of the 14-hour trip. So let's do it.
No window view this time, but it's just a short 1-hour flight to Ontario, just 40 miles east of downtown LA. It's not the most comfortable situation, but it's all part of the travel adventure. Our flight takes us through southwestern Nevada, over Death Valley National Park, and then west into Ontario International Airport. We've reached the halfway point of our epic journey on Southwest Airlines flight number 4, and now we're in Ontario, California. With about an hour layover before I board the 2-hour and 15-minute flight back to Denver, it's the perfect time to grab some food.
All right, y'all, don't judge me, but I'm kind of hungry. I'm kind of tired. Landed here in Ontario, and I got about 20 minutes. So I got a Chick-fil-A right up here. I had Chick-fil-A for breakfast, packed my lunch. Then I'm going to hit this Chick-fil-A again. So I brought some snacks, chips and stuff like that, but that's not doing it. I got to get some real food. So let's go in this Chick-fil-A. Explain to me why a Chick-fil-A sandwich meal is $15 in California. That is insane. That's probably about $4 more than it is in Texas. So, but $15 for a chicken sandwich and fries and a drink.
I've made it to Ontario. So this is the end of that leg for Flight 4. Give you my thoughts on it. It's long. Each time we stopped, I think only about 8 passengers stayed on the plane. So very few people actually ride stop to stop to stop like that. I know Southwest many years ago kind of like sold that as a benefit, but I think most people fly and change planes at popular hubs, even though Southwest doesn't use a hub model. They use a point-to-point model, but I think most people travel by transferring in major airports, might be Chicago or Dallas, etc. My other thought is that I really don't like the 737-700. It's an older plane, it's a smaller plane. Legroom was pretty decent, but it didn't have any amenities. There's no in-flight entertainment. The internet was okay. It was in and out. Wasn't that reliable. There were no electrical outlets of any kind. So I had to rely on my power brick for any kind of additional power to my phone. I passed the time pretty good because I downloaded a bunch of movies, watched those in between filming. So that wasn't so bad. But I would recommend trying to find the least, if you can get a nonstop flight, get a nonstop flight. Worst case, one stopover. But any more than that, it's kind of a waste of time. So now what? I'm actually waiting to board a flight back to Denver. And then I've got to transfer planes and go back to Dallas. So everything looks good. I'll get back about midnight. So that would have given me a little bit more than 14 hours in the air, closer to 15 hours. I'm starting to get tired. I would not recommend doing this. It was a long, long day. It's just tough being on an airplane for that long.
As we board our flight from Ontario back to Denver, I'm feeling pretty tired after our long day of travel. But the sight of our newer 737 MAX 8 aircraft gives me a little boost of energy. Stepping on board, I'm greeted by the cool red mood lighting, which adds a modern and stylish touch to the cabin. Finding my seat, I sink into the comfortable chair with lots of legroom, grateful for a moment to relax. With everyone settled in and the engines humming, we lift off into the sky. Despite my fatigue, the soothing environment and the hopes of a smooth ride make this leg of the journey a bit easier to handle. Next stop, Denver. We finally arrived in Denver, and I have to admit, I was so tired that I slept through most of the flight from Ontario.
Oh man, finally made it back to Denver. I feel like a wet cat. I am tired. And my flight back to Dallas is delayed. Whose idea was this?
Oh my God. I'm ready to go home. One more flight. Let's do it.
Denver International is huge and pretty impressive, with lots of comfortable seating at the gates and a ton of food options. After getting off the plane, I took a moment to stretch and wake up a bit.
It has officially been 12 hours. 7:08 here in Denver, 8:08. It's almost been, almost 12 hours. It's been a long day. I've never done this before. I've never been on planes this long in one day as I have today. So still have another 2 hours left. Another hour waiting because my flight's delayed. So I'll land probably around midnight, a little after. And then it's about another 30, 40 minutes for me to get to my house. So it'll be almost 1 in the morning by the time I get home. I woke up at like 6:30. So I've been up a long time. But I think it was worth it. That was something I've always wanted to do.
With just one more flight to go, I grabbed a quick snack and got ready for the final stretch back to Dallas. Almost there.
All right, guys, this is it. This is the last leg. Currently 9:26 here in Denver, 10:26 in Dallas, and by the time we land, it's going to be about midnight. So that would have given us 14 hours, 15 hours since we left this morning. It's been a long day. I'm very tired. It was a lot of fun at the same time. Met a lot of really nice people. So will I do this again? Probably not. I did it so you can see what it's like. So we'll see each other when we land in Dallas.
Thank the Lord, we've made it back to Dallas, and what a journey it's been. Thank you all for joining me on this epic 14-hour adventure across the skies. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to click the notification bell so you won't miss out on any of my future travel experiences. See you on the next one, and be kind to each other.